Everyone, Lara again here. Our class today is gonna be about period vocab. Talvez seja um assunto que vocês nunca aprenderam na aula de inglês, né? É um assunto que é importante saber o vocabulário não apenas para as meninas ou para as pessoas com útero, mas também para as pessoas que convivem com elas, ok? So our class today is about the menstrual cycle. And when we talk about the menstrual cycle, there are two big divisions. Não sei, coloquei que são essas divisões aí. A gente começa a ter o menstrual cycle, que a gente vai chamar de period, ok? And what is the period? The period is the bleeding from a woman's womb that happens once a month when she is not pregnant. De preferência. Se você pesquisar, você já vai ver que mentira. Tem gente que fica grávida e menstrua até o quinto período, foi ótimo. Até o quinto mês. And after the menstrual cycle it's in the end, okay? There is a time in a woman's life when she gradually stops having periods, okay? So the blood flow, which happens every month, will stop happening, okay? So this part is a menopause. So the woman can be in her period or before her period when she's still a child, or she can be in the menopause, okay? So I really like this meme because it's like a taboo to talk about our menstrual cycle. So this is why it's so cool, this meme. So the first rule about having your period, you do not talk about having your period. And we know this is definitely a thing in our culture. However, sometimes you need to express that you are on your period. Então, de vez em quando, teremos que nos expressar dessa forma, não é? Então, existem algumas maneiras que você pode falar, existem muitas, né? Assim como em português. And I brought some examples for you. You can say, I'm on my period. I'm on my period. You can say, I'm on my cycle. I have a visit from Aunt Flo. They say this is a common name in England, and it's the same pronunciation for flow as period, as flow as... I won't get a word now. Fluxo. Jesus Lord, I almost didn't get this one. Okay, you can say, I got the painters in, I got the decorators in, or you can say, is that time of the month, okay? So a few ideas for you to express when you are in your period in English. When we talk about menstrual cycle, there is a really sad downside, not one actually, but we have some symptoms. It's pretty common to generalize everything and call it a PMS. Okay, I'm having a PMS. You can also have other symptoms. Existem por volta de mais de 150, sei lá. Meu aplicativo me conta essas coisas. So there are more than 100 symptoms you can have while you are on your period. Okay, let's talk about a few of them. So you can have a headache. I have a headache. Dor de cabeça. Headache. Headache. If it is a really super bad headache, maybe it's not only a headache, maybe it's migraine, ok? Talvez seja enxaqueca e não apenas uma dor de cabeça. It's super common to have mood swings. Mood swings, que são oscilações de humor. Mood swings. You can also crave for some type of food. Sometimes you can crave sugar, ok? Ter vontade de comer doce, so you have cravings. You also can have cramps. Oh my god. I'm having cramps. Estou com dor de cólica abdominal, ok? Sometimes they say menstrual cramps, mas se você só falar cramps, todo mundo vai entender. E essa outra que eu odeio, na verdade eu odeio todos aqui, né, gente? I hate all of the symptoms, but I normally have headache. Sometimes I have migraine. I have mood swings, for sure, com certeza, for sure. Cramps. Before, during, and after the period, I have cramps. And sometimes I am, que a gente tem que usar o to be, né? And sometimes I am bloated. Você está... Esqueci a palavra em português. You are bloated. Você está com retenção de líquidos. Como é que a gente fala isso mesmo? Anyways, you are bloated. So you need to use the verb to be. So I am bloated. Going ahead. So when you're bloated and you're having cravings, when you're bloated and you are in pain, you have cramps, like really bad cramps, severe cramps, you can take a medicine, okay? So there are some over-the-counter pain relievers. What I mean by that is you can go there and buy. You don't need a prescription, ok? Não precisa da prescrição médica. You can buy over the counter. And I found two ways to say, because I was thinking about before the class, like, what is the difference between a painkiller and a pain reliever? Se alguém sabe a diferença do painkiller pro pain reliever, please let me know. Não achei. But you can take medicine for your severe cramps and you're probably gonna feel better, okay? And here are some sanitary items, okay? You can use a pad or a napkin. Eu vi também usando napkin para absorvente, okay? So you can use a pad. Some pads have wings. Alguns vão ter as abas, wings, e wings, asas, né? You can use, if you wanna be sustainable, ser um pouquinho mais sustentável, né? If you wanna be sustainable, you can use a menstrual cup, okay? Or reusable cloth pads. And other alternative, which is not sustainable, but is other alternative to use while you are on your cycle, is to use a tampon. And you can choose a tampon with an applicator or without an applicator. And all of this, not this one, but the others, when you're going to choose the size, o tamanho, né? Normally, it's not about your VJJ, okay? It can also be about your VJJ. Why? Because the menstrual cup, se você já teve filhos, tem um tamanho diferente. Para quem não teve filho, para quem teve filho. But about the others, we talk more about the blood, about the flow, okay? sobre o fluxo mesmo. Is it a light flow? Is it a heavy flow? Okay? So if you're just you can be in the beginning just spotting, okay? And then you can have a light period, a medium period, a heavy period, a medium, and then this is what happens every month, probably, okay? If you don't get your period, so imagine, so one day you were there and you missed period. So if you don't want to get pregnant, this is not very good if you missed a period. Ok? Quer dizer que você não teve um ciclo. Or you can have, I had, por exemplo, no passado, I had a late period. A late period seria quando ele atrasa, mas você teve o seu ciclo menstrual, ele só atrasou. So, I missed a period, se não veio. I had a late period, se atrasou. Imagina, você pode falar, oh, I have a late period. Talvez tá atrasado, você não sabe ainda se não irá vir ou não, mas você pode falar, oh, I have a late period, para falar que está atrasado. So, I think this is our last page. It's important for every woman to go to the gynecologist at least once a year, okay? And the gynecologist, we're gonna talk about birth control methods, okay? The alternatives you have to avoid babies, okay? And there are I brought some vocab here for you too. So you can take the pill, okay? Birth control pills. You can have a plastic IUD. Na verdade, eu olhei isso e eu falei, gente, nunca vi chamando de plastic IUD. Eu já ouvi falando assim, um hormonal IUD, ok? Que é quando ele tem hormônio, é um DIU com hormônios. You can take a shot, a injeção. You can have an implant. Normally the implant is under your skin, debaixo da sua pele, né? Você coloca um implante. You can use a patch, que vai ficar um adesivo. A vaginal ring, a copper IUD, or barrier methods, or some barrier methods, like the condom, which can be male or female, okay? And I think these ones are enough for you to talk about your period, okay? So, any questions? Se você aprendeu alguma coisa nessa aula, escreve aqui nos comentários e manda esse vídeo para alguém que está aprendendo inglês e que talvez não tenha aprendido ainda não tenha aprendido ainda como falar sobre o menstrual cycle in English. Curte, gente, se inscreve. Espero ver vocês na nossa próxima aula. See you there.